What's up, bro? How are you? We're just sitting here on a windy day getting blown around in a tree. Yeah, I passed a spot that had deer feeding like 1:30 on my way in here, and I'm second guessing it. Maybe I should have stayed over there. Maybe I should have tried to sneak in and set up. But between like 1 and 3 today, man, the deer movement calculator out there says deer are going to be on their feet and moving. That's how it was yesterday. We had a lot of movement early, so I wanted to be in the stand early. That last hour of light might not even be prime time anymore this time of year. You're in a different time zone than me, though, right, Caden? You're a little further west. I was going to go into that same spot I hunted last night, but it's very difficult for me to get in there. I'm just not feeling up to it. Feet hurt, back sore, all that stuff. Setting up a bag. I don't know what that means. Oh no, if you're in Northeast Georgia, you're same time zone as I am. I've got a scrape right underneath me and a couple of rubs. And then about 40 yards out, I've got an older clear cut. There's a transition. Pretty good transition point over there. You can see how it thickens up over there. And then we're hanging out in a bunch of oak trees. Hoping this place lights up on fire here in a little while. Oh, okay. You're talking about a gear bag. Yeah, my gear changes nearly every sit. There's always something I'm either taking along for a specific spot or leaving behind because I don't need it. Generally, there's about 40 things that I must take, right? We're going to take the phone, the microphones, the cords, camera, 2 lenses, extra camera cards, batteries. Now the new Insta360 and all the parts for that. Then of course you've got the 4th Arrow camera arm, the gear straps, the grunt tube, the bag itself, the climbing stick, the platform, the saddle, extra selfie stick, the bow hanger, the gear hoist, the bow. A lot of stuff. Patty Cakes, how are you? Ponch, what happened last night? You were smelling a buck and then the stream dropped. Yeah, there was one up there. For sure. 100%. I never did get eyes on him. But I have a feeling that's what pushed those does off of that ridge top. I just don't think he ever broke over the top where I could see him. He was within 100 yards, though. And all indications from my nose says mature buck. I mean, Tarsal doesn't stink like that on a 1.5-year-old buck, 2.5-year-old buck. It was pretty flippin' flagrant. Most times when you smell them like that, they're within 25 or 30 yards, but that deer, 9 or 10 mile an hour wind, swirling in all directions. He could have been anywhere in there. Slate. Good night, Munchie. I agree. I've been seeing an uptick in the action between 1 and 3 p.m. So I wanted to make sure I was in the stand early enough to take advantage of that. I did see some deer out feeding around 1 o'clock on the way in. And I'm thinking maybe I should have set up on them. But I'm in a good spot. I've got a scrape here. I've got a clear cut to my... It's to my west. I've got a west wind blowing right out of it, right towards me. Bunch of oak trees, some tulip poplars. A couple of good rubs on some trees down here. Some historic rubs. I haven't hunted in here since 2023. A 7 mag. The hot shots. What's going on, man? Yeah, he ain't behind me. My target buck's about 2.5 miles from here. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that go time. The right wind. I really need a north wind. North-northwest wind. And he's running around on a training area that I can't get to right now because it's closed. We've got helicopters doing training, flying, doing stuff like that. Nah, patty cakes, we don't do any green screens. I don't even know how to do a green screen. I'm old and technologically handicapped. Yeah. 5520. That is exactly correct. Yeah, that ditch buck that's the one. I mean, if I have a 130 come in tonight, man, I'm gonna shoot it, but I'm gonna be sad about it. The problem with that deer is I don't know if I'll be able to get a shot at him again. It's, that stuff's out of my control. Where he's at and where he lives. I'm too loud. Dude, I bet you if there was a deer right under the tree, it wouldn't hear me. It's so windy. There's a lion behind me. I saw him earlier. Actually, him and we shared some steaks together. Man, they were saying 9 miles an hour from the west. I bet we've got 25-mile-an-hour gusts. Jay Sharps, how are you? We got more dudes talking about their farts. Cocaine Bear. I love Cocaine Bear. That's fun. I need a cocaine 10-point. Out of his mind. Come down here, walk under this tree in like 5 minutes so I can get done with this shit. No, I don't hunt deer in orchards typically. I don't have access to them. I'm not the kind of guy that's gonna run around and ask to hunt people's property. I don't do it. No, I had a bunch of does come through. They came through super quick both times. I think they were being pushed out of their bedding by a buck. And then later on, 30 minutes later, I caught wind. Could smell the tarsal from a buck, but I never did see him. I did just post a video of that doe from the other night that we stuck an arrow right over her back. I think it's a pretty awesome experience to watch that. That doe basically, she's looking right at the arrow, and she flinches when she first sees it come. And then you can watch her eyes look at the arrow, and she does a double take. And right at the last second, just completely drops underneath that arrow. I mean, that's what 140, 150 foot per second arrow does. I mean, there's no... A human being can dodge a paintball at 300 feet per second from 15 or 18 yards. Jason, the video's up. It's my most recent video. You can go check it out. Alright, Patty Cakes, thank you for jumping on. Have a good afternoon. Yeah, Steve, welcome in. Damn, it is windy. Yeah, give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Like I said earlier, I'm an old man. I'm technologically challenged. And I'm trying to get a grasp on this video editing. I saw some deer when I was driving in. I haven't seen anything from the stand yet. Paunch, thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, it was the first 35 or 40 minutes in the tree stand was pure mayhem. Yeah, Slate, her head was up. Like I said, you gotta go watch the video. It's impressive what they can do. She knew I was there. I mean, she knew something was there. And I think, I may be wrong, but when I hunt the big woods and I'm out in spots where I know there's no pressure on deer, they don't do that. I've never had a big mountain deer duck an arrow like that. We're talking 3-4 miles from the truck. Never had a deer duck an arrow like that. But in these highly pressured deer, where they're used to seeing guys literally every day in a tree stand, they duck that shit every time. And yeah, I could aim lower. I absolutely could aim lower on that deer. But if she doesn't duck, then I take a 250 grain broadhead straight through the butt, like the upper part of her leg. Probably break her leg. And I'm not gonna do that. I aim for the bottom of the hairline right there. Slightly 1/4 so I'm aiming towards the front. I'm just hoping to get in there, get a double lung, get a hard shot. There's, it's traditional bow hunting. It's not for everybody. I still enjoy that experience. I'm not upset that she ducked. I'm not upset I missed. I've shot a ton of deer in the last 10 years. And if I only shoot 2 or 3 this year, that's fine. I've already shot one. Hell, I double lunged one the first week in Maryland with the compound. I mean, double lunged her. And I have a watery arrow. Watery. Little bit of blood. No bubbles. It's like I had a cyst or a growth inside her chest cavity. I don't know. It's a mystery to me. Well, that's the other thing. Good night, Munchie. We talk about me going after this ditch buck. And I've got to think real hard about how that plays out. Because that deer, its main travel corridor is within 150 or 200 yards of a spot that, because there's heavy unexploded ordnance, no one can access it. I watched a guy last year put a double lung on a 215-pound buck. He got about 6 inches of penetration with a 45-pound recurve, and he made a great shot. That deer went 380 yards. One of the most difficult deer I've ever had to recover. So I may be chasing that ditch buck with the compound just to make sure I get it done, because if I'm gonna kill him, I want to be able to recover him. 1776 is in the chat. Josie, hey, what's going on? Hey, any luck in your last hunting adventure? Yeah, the 270 is gonna work great. But I don't rifle hunt much anymore. I took the muzzleloader out one time last year. It was right after a surgery and I couldn't pull the bow back. Yeah, I think we're getting right into that pre-rut time. $17.76. You guys getting out again tonight? Hey, Adam, you tell him. Get that double tap in there. I'm hunting on an oak ridge. I've got a clear cut just off to my west, about 40 yards, 35, 40 yards. It's a known area for does to come out and feed in the evening. I've got a west wind, so it's blowing from that clear cut right over top of me. I'm hunting that transition area between the clear cut and the hardwoods. I've got a small scrape under me. It's not super fresh, and I got a good rub line that leads up this ridge. More specifically, I'm hunting in Pennsylvania. In WMU 4C. Josie, tonight's your night. Go get it done. I want to see you drop a big 10-point with some extra junk hanging off them. Seth. TJ's a slaughter fest, man. He's killing deer left and right over there on the farm. I hope he gets one of those good bucks this year. Yeah, he's putting the work in, so I hope it happens for him this year. That's awesome. I apparently missed his live then, huh? Oh well. And that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of these deer are moving earlier the last couple days. I did shoot the new longbow again this morning. I'm super happy with how it's shooting. But I don't have a good bear shaft tune. I'm getting a super weak. Um, Arrow hit on the target from 10 or 15 yards, and I'm using that's with a 500 grain legacy arrow, and that one's a little shorter than the hunting arrows I had been using out of the recurve. So that should have stiffened it up, but it's tail left big time. I have some 400s at the house. I've shot the 400s out of that, but they're a lighter arrow. They seem like they want to dance around quite a bit more. But if I put a 100 grain insert on those 500s, man, it shoots like a tack. Super zippy too. So with a 100 grain insert and a 100 grain tip, those arrows would work great. So I'd need a 200 grain point with no insert weight. And I ain't got none of them. With the longer arrows though, that would weaken it up a little bit, so maybe, I don't know, could I get away with a 250 and no tip? I have to try it. Probably not. Blue, watch yourself. What's Blue saying? Humphrey, we're hunting deer in Pennsylvania. I didn't even see. Oh, okay. I didn't even see what he said. You guys take care of all my easy work. I love it. They got no idea. No idea. I can see everything for practically 100 yards. There's no deer that's going to hear me from more than 10 feet from the... Even if there was a deer at the base of the tree right now and I'm talking with this wind the way I'm talking, I don't think they'll hear me. I've done it plenty before. It's a matter of experience and knowing what I can get away with. That guy can't get away with anything. That's why he doesn't see any deer, which is why he thinks I can't get away with it. But that's a downward spiraling conversation right there. Brandon, yes, PA. Troll snipers in the live. I love troll snipers. Get them. I got some deer meat today from my friend. She works at the liquor store. I have to be careful reading comments. Yeah, you never know. I mean, I'm not necessarily hunting a big buck spot, but you never know. I wanted to be up on that same ridgetop I was on last night, but the wind is just... It's virtually the same as yesterday, and yesterday I realized real quick I was pushing the envelope. I was on the cusp of probably not being successful. And I didn't want to put through the effort, walk up that hill to find out that it was just as bad as it was yesterday. So I guess up there the perfect wind would be like an east-northeast wind probably would be the best. Yeah, the faster the chat rolls, the better it pushes the feed. Look, man, you can leave them in here. I guess as moderators, if they're saying dumb shit to me or dumb shit about me, I don't care. They can say whatever they want about me. But if they are disrespectful to any other folks in the chat, that's when I want you to remove them immediately. If you're a fan of mine, or if you're watching my live, I've got your back. Adam, I wish I was in Florida out on the boat fishing. Patsy Lemons, we're hunting white-tailed deer. Robert, thank you. Oh yeah, Jason, I'll absolutely shoot a doe if I get a shot. That's kind of the point of being in here tonight. We're kind of on doe patrol. Josie, are you hunting out of a blind on the ground? Oh man, makes it even tougher. Paul, I hunt a lot in Baltimore County. I'm thinking about going down tomorrow in the morning, actually. I love hunting in Maryland. action's probably getting good and warm down there too. Yeah, that's true. Oh snap, I just heard on the loudspeaker there's a range over here about to get hot. I don't know if you guys heard it. Yeah. So I don't know what they're gonna fire over there, but if it's machine guns and shit, it's gonna get awesome here. Look, I've often said I hunt the highest pressure deer on the face of the planet. Well, there's two reasons. One, when a training area is open, the hunters pile into that because there's a lot of training areas that aren't open because they're used for training. And when the training areas are closed, there's a bunch of army guys running around in there doing training. So these deer are constantly having interactions with people. They are so smart. I mean, they won't cross a road during daylight. Like, ever. They won't come out of giant thickets until after dark. And I can hunt tons of game lands around me, but this is just fun. It's challenging. Now they got 18,000 acres on this installation. And I think last year was one of their best deer harvests in recent years. They killed 330 deer. Out of that 330, I usually kill 4, 5, 6. Last year I killed a lot of deer in Maryland, so I didn't kill as many here in Pennsylvania. But if you think about that, if I kill 5 in a year, and they harvest 300, I'm shooting a pretty big percentage of the deer. Paul, I hunt Pretty Boy almost exclusively. If you check out my page, hit the sub button, check out my page, you'll see the giant buck I shot at Pretty Boy last year. And I apologize if you want to see the full video. You'll have to check out Pain Train Outdoors. That's the channel I was a part of last year. But we're doing things on our own this year. A lot of reasons for that, but I wanted a more consistent brand for my channel. I didn't want my channel to be, hey, let's get drunk and shoot the bows in the backyard. I wanted a channel that someday maybe there's some possibility of marketing myself in the whitetail world somehow. I don't know what Green Bridge is, but I would assume that it's one of those bridges on Pretty Boy. Yeah, Paul sent me an email at longbowluminary@gmail.com. We'll link up for a hunt. I've got a couple of really good rut spots. You want to get out, check it out. I could either film you or is that a deer laying up there? I think I see an eyeball. Had to double check because even after I pulled the binos down, it still looked like a deer. Jose. Man, we got some people changing their names. We're no longer Zyro's Garden, we're something else. We don't have Bigfoots in Pennsylvania. We have Sasquatches. Bigfoots live. They're all west of the Mississippi. I don't know if you knew that. Longbow. Love it. Thanks for jumping on, man. Do I believe? Yes, I believe I'm going to shoot a deer tonight. Channel names, not the handles. Yeah, why is it channel names now? That's crazy. That's cool, I guess. I guess people can probably reach your channel easier that way. Like if I go into the chat history, when I download a video, all I have is the handles. But if I have the ads, I can find people better now. Oh, I could become a professional stalker. I have the ads. Hookset John. Hey, what's going on? Oh, Lord. Patsy, I was kidding. I didn't mean that. I'm not going to do that. Besides, the vast majority of channels, they don't have any activity. They don't have any videos posted anyway. I'll tell you what I do, though. A lot of times if I have a real successful live, all of the people that subscribe to the channel, if they've made their channel public so I can see that they've subscribed, I'll go check out their channel, put some comments in their videos, subscribe back, say hello, tell them thanks for the sub. I like to do that. Although sometimes it eats up a lot of hours, but I think it's worth it. I think interacting with your audience is really awesome. And I think not freezing to death would be really awesome too. I did finally break out the insulated layer because it's cold. Match, welcome in. Get it done, brother. I'd love to. What's up, Tony? That time of year again. Hey, Patrick. We gotta get after it, man. I'm loving it. TJ is still on the blood drill, yeah. Josie stopped by and said that you shot one. Do it. Guys, another thing I'm really excited about. The video I posted today, we didn't have the Insta360. But now I've got another camera angle. The Insta360 I think is going to be a game changer. If I can figure out how to make some good edits with it, I'm excited for it. But it seems like when I talk, nobody jumps on, so I'm going to shut up and watch deer. Wish I had some freaking snacks, man. Somebody need to pack my bag for me. Give me some lunch. Glenn's on. Alright, everybody. Tonight I need you all to make about 10 phone calls. Call your mom. Tell her to subscribe to Longbow Luminary. Call your estranged ex-girlfriend. Tell her to subscribe. Call your sister. Just say hi to her. We don't want her on here. But let her know you're alive. Call your dad. Tell him I said what's up. Hell, if you want. Oh, they're doing sniper fire on that range today, buddy. It's gonna sound like World War III in here. See, if I was out in that ditch after that buck. Seth, I did not bring the freezer door today. Seth's funny, man. He called me up the other day. I was talking to him about how I was maneuvering that 62-inch longbow in a tree with a 32-inch arrow on it, trying to get a shot at that doe. And I was like, dude, it's so difficult sometimes. It felt like I was trying to open a freezer door in a tree. James, I'm glad you're out, man. Hopefully you have better luck than I'm having right now. focus shooter. What's going on, man? Grayson, hey, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. How's your season going? Yeah, everything's good. I think I'm on week 3 without blowing my back out. Ending up in bed for a week, so that's good. Of course, I would flick a piece of tree bark in my eye when I put that on. Did the mic pick that up? I know it's windy, but you guys could hear the microphone. Are you talking about? Are you talking about that grunt tube? Or one that you used? Dude, that's the brawler, dude. That thing is about as deep and dank as all get out. I mean, compared to an extinguisher, that thing's deep and throaty. I guess I'll have to listen back to the audio later and see how it sounds. That's too funny, Slate. Hey boys, it's your deep and throaty grunt call. Come on over. We could call that grunt tube the Gluck Gluck 3000. Man, everybody in the country is shooting 160s, man. I think I've seen 5 deer in my entire 45 years of existence that were 160 in Pennsylvania. As soon as I cross the border from Pennsylvania to like Ohio, I see like 13 160s standing in a field. Go out west, fucking 160s are standing on a street corner, smoking crack. Yeah, speaking of subspecies of deer, everybody hit that subscribe button. Well, I saw one wearing jewelry. He had a damn smoke grenade wrapped around his neck and some silly looking hat on. But he was like an 11-inch deer though. Literally. Good night, Munchie. I'm not trying to shoot a buck that got beat up by another buck. I'm trying to shoot the one that's doing all the beating up. there's another thing I'm doing this year that's a lot different than what I've done in years past. I've completely cut out the top 15% of the doe spots, and I just refuse to hunt them. We go in and see deer every day, literally every day. But they're all real close to posts. They're, almost like urban deer areas. And the chances of killing a buck in there are very small, unless it's peak rut. And I don't want to hunt those spots anymore. This year it's all about chasing the real hard, real tough to kill deer. Up the mountain. I am a Russian hunter. What do you hunt in Russia? Rock, Pennsylvania. Brennan, hey, good work. Sonny, I'm trying to stick one. I was close to letting one fly yesterday, but I'll tell you what, those does just came through so fast. Like when they're moving through so fast, you can't turn the camera on and pick up the bow and get a shot off. It's bad. And I saw that big one coming at like, I don't know, 75 yards. She was at 25 before I had the camera on and the bow up. By the time I could even pick a spot to draw, she was at 40 again. 48. Gonzo. Rob, we're in Lebanon County, Pennsylvania. Nice to have you on, man. Hit that sub button. Lee Hale. I gotta figure out what farm is yours. Because I have a feeling I probably hunted close to it. I'd be hunting, but I already killed a buck. Yeah, I was gonna ask how your hunt went, Sonny. Thanks for the update. Gator's already smashed a buck, so I guess we're not worthy. I got no snacks, no coffee. I'm gonna fall asleep up here, freeze to death. I didn't even bring a hand warmer. How dumb was that? Seth, just meet me up here at 6:30. I'm gonna need help. Even if I don't shoot one, come carry my gear out of the woods. My back hurts. Slate, I'm gonna use that as the title of my next video. That should go viral. Seth, are you sick? Maybe you should call off work tomorrow and we'll go to Maryland. Lee says there's deer everywhere right now. At his farm. Do it. It's about time to punch that time card. Alright, I'm going to get a pizza. I get a lot of questions about gear, and I'm wondering if I'm not really a big gear review guy, but I'm wondering if you guys want to see how I run my single stick, hang the platform. I mean, when I got up here today, I turned that Insta360 on as I'm hanging my camera gear, pulling the bow up. And maybe I could even get into how I do the single rope technique. Man, there's a lot of folks put out single rope technique stuff. I think I do it the easiest way possible for an old guy that's as battered and beat up as I am. Getting the load out. Cowboy, we're hunting at that military installation again here in Pennsylvania. We're getting after it, man. Oh, hunting Pennsylvania today. It does not feel like 54 with this wind. It feels like 37. Ray Norton's going live, guys. Everybody jump on Ray Norton's live. Say hello. Yeah, Sonny, that's how I felt. Not yesterday, day before yesterday, or whenever I sat in that big oak tree. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I mean, I kind of had a little attitude with the guy, because he pointed like he was going right to a tree, like 30 yards in front of me. And I'm like, really, bro? And then he kind of shook his head and was like, ah. And then he walked off somewhere else. But I was already there. Like, you're really gonna go set up in a tree with a bow 30 yards from somebody else with a bow? I mean, yeah, with my buddies, we'll do that all the time, but he's almost stealing a hunt from me because I'm sitting there with the longbow. I could shoot 20 yards most. Saltwater says it's 4:30. Yeah, it's getting to be about that time, I guess. I can't believe I've committed to this for 2 more hours. I thought for sure we'd see more deer moving earlier this afternoon. They were in every field, along the road, all over the place, coming in here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I have a feeling we're going to see one deer tonight. We're going to see him right before dark, and he's either going to be giant or 4-point. And as you all know, if you've been watching the lives, it seems like all I see is little 4-points right under the tree. Oh, shit. I'm not leaving. I'm staying the course. Yeah, Sonny, I'm telling you, I thought about getting out of that tree, but I still had a really good hunt either way. I saw at least 3 of the same bucks I've been seeing in there. And that doe come in like she was... I wish I could have shot her when she was 6 feet from the tree. But I could not rotate my arm out of the way to get the weak shoulder shot. Again, like rotating a freezer door inside of my mom's closet. SC, probably today, 24, 23, 24 feet. I'm a fan of higher. Pow, pow. Alright, Caden, good luck. Nah, that ain't gonna get him going. That'll have zero impact on him whatsoever. Dog pound gangster, if you want to walk around barefoot in this mountain, my pleasure, man. Go ahead. Have fun. I'll give you 5 minutes. 5 minutes till you quit. Nah, they're shooting sniper rifles over there, guys. What happened? I don't know. Nothing happened. Yeah, and those are the least of his worries here. I mean, if you had to walk on these rocks, your feet they'd be mangled to the bone in no time. Zach, it's good to see you too, man. I have a feeling I'm just gonna sit here and freeze anyway. I was sent here by a higher being to warm the wind as it blows across my warmer skin until my skin becomes the same temperature as the ambient air. Jason, thanks for catching them all, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, they're shooting. They're shooting some military sniper rifles on one of these ranges down the road. Guys, I'm wearing the King's camo. I've got the insulated. Man, I don't even know what the name of it is. But I've got the Permaloft jacket underneath this hoodie. And I don't know the name of the hoodie, but again, it's King's camo. Bullseye, what's up, Penny? I mean, it's not the warmest hand warmer. But for a saddle, it's a little bit more compact than some of the other options, so it works for me. Yeah, it's thin. Seth, tell some to come find me. It's the same old, freezing to death. Haven't seen a deer yet since I got in the tree. And my nose is runny. You might think it's funny, but it's not. I'm going to Maryland tomorrow, Seth. I'm gonna go set up on that scrape line in that mountain laurel at like 4:30 in the morning. Yeah, Ben, we gotta figure out dates. I gotta buy a license and rotate the tires on the truck. I'll be live, not at 4:30 in the morning, but once the sun comes up. You know, in there, I don't know if I'm gonna have good service. If I'm 100 yards up the hill, I'd be able to, but if I'm on that scrape line, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull it off now that I think about it. Five p.m. Lando, are you on the live? Landon, can you hear me, buddy? Cool, dude. Hey, Lando, can you type in the chat? Ah, never mind, you might not be able to. We'll have to get you fixed up. We'll have to get you fixed up later on, okay? I think I'm about to punch this time card. There's a doe been standing under this tree right here at 15 yards for like 10 minutes. just kidding. If she was standing there, she'd already have an arrow through her. Do it. There's nothing there. Sonny, you've watched enough of this where if there was a deer there, you'd see it in my eyes, because my eyes get all like crazy. I love playing that cat and mouse game with that doe the other day where that deer would put her head down, go to feed, I'd try to move, she'd put her head up, she'd look at me, she'd put her head down, she'd try to sniff, she'd put her head up. And I'm like, I just want to move and shoot her. And I could always go home, hang out with the boy, make Dalgona cookies, play the Squid Game board game, listen to him jump around like a maniac on his Oculus. Pull the rest of my hair out. But at least I'd be warm. Bro, I can't do it. It's every day, man. Every day. Gotta play the Squid Game board game. I gotta make Dalgona cookies. I've gone through a 5-pound bag of sugar this week. We're in Pennsylvania. I'm not cold. My nose is cold. That's about it. No, we haven't seen any. Not yet. We saw a couple driving in here, but we haven't seen any in the stand. Moto nut back in the saddle again. I live in this saddle, guys. I live in it. Guys, we need 150 likes, or when a deer does come in, I ain't gonna shoot it. Mac Life. We do it here a couple times a week, 4, 5, 6 times a week at least. Do you know how many times I've been on the live and like Seth or someone else is with me and he's like, dude, there's deer behind you. And I'm like, nah, come on. Running the lives has been very negative for my deer harvest so far this year. By this time last year, I've already harvested 2 Pope and young bucks, and at least 1 doe, maybe more. So we are off to an unbelievably slow start, but last year I did see a lot of really great bucks in late season. So yeah, my appendix burst. This year it's been my back, man. I've lost complete function of my body for 4 or 5 days, 3 different times throughout the season. I kind of talked to the wife about it, and I think we've decided it's time that I just go and get it fixed, if they can fix it. I don't know what the next step is. I'd like to try another shot. My C-spine is really bad. But I had a shot in there not too long ago and it's been working alright. I still get a lot of numbness in my hands and arms. but at least the pain is manageable. Oh, yeah. Well, that's another option. We're gonna have to see what they want to do. I was videoing a squirrel. I was getting some of that creamy bokeh with the 300mm lens. He's up there. Let's see if you guys see him. I don't know where all these deer are at, but they must not be hungry. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid it at all costs. I've been dealing with this shit for about 10 years now. And it seems like every 3 or 4 weeks I don't do anything to hurt it. I just bend or twist, and I irritate that nerve. And I'm out for like 3, 4 days at a time. gotta put gloves on. I guess it's time to break out the merino wool base layers. These deer aren't coming till we get to 150 likes. And then when I shoot one, it'll go from 150 to 500 likes in no time flat. It's crazy how that happens. The chat goes insane, people go nuts, and then the next thing you know, there's like 400 people on. The algorithm skyrockets. I have a really good parrot and flip up mittens. I love them too. Little magnet in the thumb and a magnet in the backside. Oh yeah. I'm in shock that a single deer hasn't come out of this clear cut yet. Like I'm in shock. I'm in 4C. them seniors are over there pounding a deer. Shh. Must be 100 of them dead over there. No, I haven't seen anything since I got in the stand. I might get skunked tonight, man. I haven't got skunked in like last 5 or 6 sits, so it's bound to happen. That good old October lull. Yeah. They're shooting sniper rifles today. Probably a mile and a half from here, maybe more. These are the nights, though, when I have a lone buck come down, make a rub, jump and hit a scrape. That sounds an awful lot like a 338 Lapua. Some big round. It could be 300 Win Mag too. I don't know. Big caliber something. Patsy Lemons, you haven't missed anything. Yeah, they should be moving. I'm starting to think there's not a deer on this mountain. Maybe this is about the same time they moved yesterday. I can't remember. extinguisher in the truck. I got the Deep and Throaty 5000. The Insta360 doesn't like the hand gesture with the glove on it. Oh well, good to know. I'm probably 23 feet to the platform, 24 feet to the platform, probably. No, I haven't seen any yet. Thanks, Sharps. I'm hunting in WMU 4C in Pennsylvania. Jay Sharps, when you see the video that camera takes, I think it's going to change quite a bit here for the long format videos on the channel. It's pretty incredible what that thing does. Now, if Deep and Throaty worked half as well as that camera did, we'd have 2 bucks in front of us right now. Yeah, I'm using a compound today. I got the V3X from Matthews. I'm sort of between longbows at the moment. I got a new one Monday, I guess. And I don't have a good arrow setup for it just yet, but we're working it. think I've given up on the black hunter. I've had so many deer duck the arrows this year. I'm just like, all right, I need more weight here. I don't know how long I'll be able to pull a new bow, but we're gonna try it out. I'll blow my shoulder out. Won't be able to hunt at all. If it's brown, it's down. Mission makes some good bows. Kyle, I'm really trying to stick with shooting a big buck this year. I've passed on a couple with the longbow. I got my eye on like probably a 1/50 inch deer. I just can't hunt them today. Can't hunt them tomorrow. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to. When they stop shooting sniper rifles over there, I'll be able to go in and get after them. Heck, I thought the government was shut down. Government shut down. I'm not real big on trail cameras. sound like a grunt. That was me standing up. No, I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. Probably between 9 November and 18 November is probably peak rut. It's the worst possible time to hunt. I think 6, 7, 8, 9 November, maybe 10 November is like usually the hottest days of the year. Yeah. Yeah, all them southern states, man, is way behind. But witness, it's off to a slow start, that's for sure. Look like it's gonna be a slow finish too. I'm kind of in disbelief that I haven't seen a deer yet. Tiffany, why don't you shoot it? I got a lot of pictures from the neighbor with deer in the backyard last night and this morning. A couple of nice bucks too. Yeah, Slate, like I said earlier, every once in a while I'm gonna get skunked. And I haven't for like at least the last 5 or 6 sits, I guess. Like it's been pretty fire. I like to try to keep them numbers up 80, 85% of the time I sit in the woods. I'm gonna see deer, and then, 15, 20% of the time it just doesn't happen. But you know my motto: get on 'em, stay on 'em. Tiffany, are you making me a steak for dinner? If you make me a steak, I'll rub your feet. Just don't tell my wife. Robert, get out there Monday and slay, bro. just spotted tea to warm up. Yeah, send the pics. I know there's a big one out there. Dave sent me pictures. Slate's like, yeah, your ribeye's on, buddy. Oh my, that is a big buck. Holy cow. And that's in the backyard. Oh, I'm hunting in the wrong spot. Oh, that's a monster and he's working. Oh, that's a monster buck too. There's a tree out back that they're just rubbing the living crap out of right in the middle of the field. That thing's a shooter all day, Tiff. Go get that crossbow out of the garage. That's 88 yards. Just lay it on the table there and whack. Yeah, Edward, hunting isn't for everybody. Some people prefer to buy their meat at the grocery store. If you don't like the live, you could always go watch AI generated anime. You know, that's people do that. Slate, I don't think it's 160, but I'll bet that deer that she sent the picture of is probably a 120 or better. It's hard to tell. I didn't zoom in on the picture, but he's a stud. Dude, I had me some good 3D printed meat yesterday. It was so delicious. I had to use a soldering iron to cut it, but it was good. The smell of burnt plastic was overwhelming. Guys, don't give Edward a hard time. We might be able to convince him to start hunting. All we gotta do is slap a top round in the slow cooker for about 8 hours with some potatoes, some carrots, some celery, a little bit of McCormick's pot roast season. Oh man, we'll have him hunting in no time. No, for whatever reason, they're holding on a long time here. In the next week, though, it's gonna be brutal. It's all gonna come down. have VT, but not today. Today's an unusual day. I might get skunked, man. Yes, showing the animals the respect is 100% top concern. Try to make an ethical shot. Oh, you know what? Slate. That's one I got on deck. Thank you for reminding me. I'm just gonna make like a quick 2-minute video, 3-minute video of that maybe, and get it put out. I totally forgot I had that footage sitting there. You're the man. Now I got something to work on tonight. Now I'm getting up. I'm going to Maryland in the morning. We don't use no stinking guns, man. We don't hunt deer with bullets. And I'm even cheating today because I got a bow with wheels on it. Oh, I'm going to Lucky Hidden Scratchers live as soon as I jump off here. We're gonna get to 150 likes. All we gotta do is double tap that screen. That wind has died down tremendously. That's usually that's their key to get up and move around. You're like, take that bullshit somewhere else. No, Moon Mario, I haven't seen any indication of movement since I left the truck. I had all kinds of deer running around in the fields and shit when I was on the way out here. set up right outside of a clear cut, hunting that transition from about 40 yards out. We have a west wind that clear cuts off to my west. Have a scrape under the tree, a couple of fresh rubs. I was pretty stoked climbing a tree. Like, I thought I was going to see 10 deer in here. I got a V3X from Matthews hanging on the tree here. I am watching the most beautiful sunset ever right now. Well, according to the book, we only have about 28 minutes left. It's gonna get dark fast. I think it's 28 plus 4. It's like 32 minutes. We could get to 500 likes in 32 minutes, right? according to my phone, we have 1 minute for every bar of battery left. Oh yeah, right in the face. Well, almost anywhere is 1/2 hour after sunset. So I would say in about 4 or 5 minutes that thing's gonna be over the horizon. I'm McLovin. I'm sitting here getting cold. Sangy's on. Yo, what's up, Sangy? Stu Max, what's up? Pennsylvania. Yeah, 621. Depends where you're at, though. So the game book has a breakdown by meridian lines. We may have more time than we think, but once that sun goes down this time of year, it gets dark quick. We're hunting for deer. Shannon. Pull out the light. Yeah, right. It's blinding me. Nah, I've only ever seen one piebald, I think, in my life, and maybe 2 albino deer. Stu, it's like 54 feels like 13. powder. Send me that email, Paul. We'll link up if you want. If nothing else, we'll go get one of them pizzas from the Woodfire Kitchen. Oh, so good. Did anybody else pick that up? It sounded like a grunt. Awesome, dude. Yeah, throw your number in that email. I'll text you. Slate, how those ribeyes looking? I just want you to know when you get your foot rubbed, these hands are going to be cold. you better be out deer hunting. No, I think I'm about to get skunked for like the 5th time this year. I mean, I took videos of deer on the way in. Does that count? Thanks for the sub. Hello, Jessica. Oh, dude, it's McLovin. It is. It's gonna be dark and scary soon. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of here. Battery on the phone is at 22%. I'll be using the light for that to navigate out of here. A third of the way out of here, the battery's gonna die. I'm gonna be stuck in the woods forever. Jay Sharps, you're such a gentleman. I appreciate you, man. Well, at this point, I have the wrong lens on the camera. The f-stop on that lens goes down to like a 7.4, so it's not great for low light. Stu Max, we are still learning the camera stuff. We're still learning new stuff every day. I've got an Insta360 that I just started using yesterday. It's a phenomenal camera. But here's the real challenge. When I started, I got myself a 4th Aero camera arm. Actually, my first camera arm was a muddy camera arm, a big heavy one. And I think it took like 3 years till I got my first kill shot on film. And that was using a camera phone, right? Then we started to get good with the camera, shooting them on film. Then we upgraded to a camcorder. We used a Sony AX53 for a long time. It's a good camera. Pretty simple to work in a tree. And then this would be my first year using like a DSLR or mirrorless camera in this case. That has been a learning curve. There are a lot of unique features that I like. Like all I've got to do is touch to zoom on a target. And then it'll track the eyes, like in a deer, it'll track the eyes and stay focused. The AX53 did not do that. So we're getting better footage. We just didn't kill as many deer. Well, and I'm also using mostly traditional equipment this year. And that's a whole new ball of wax. Using a traditional bow in a tree. With camera arms and all of that stuff thrown on top of it is just, like I said earlier, it's like trying to maneuver a freezer door inside of your mom's closet or something. there's not a lot of clearance. It takes time to grab the bow and get the camera set up. Well, I'm not ruling out a shot here yet, but I'm on the south side of Good Shooting Lake. And I'm certainly in a bad spot for camera light, so I'm going to start tidying up my filming studio from the tree. I will shoot a 150 without the camera. Guys, it takes me roughly 30 minutes to climb a tree and set up all this stuff. Takes about 30 minutes to take it all down. Sharps, I gotta check it out. Southern State, no problem, man. I'm here doing it live a couple times a week. Yeah, you said he was a big deer. When I get down to out of the tree, I'm gonna check it out. Get away with what? Bro, if I come to Michigan, I would slaughter giants. We're packing up for the evening, man. Alright guys, I'm out. We'll see you tomorrow.